You probably don't think about Oman very often. It's not on your bucket list. It's not trending on TikTok. And unless you're a camel, an oil exec, or a geography nerd, you probably couldn't even point out on a map. But while you were busy doom scrolling and reheating leftover pizza, Oman was quietly pulling off a comeback story that feels less like a nation and more like a Bond villain's origin arc. Because right now, this small Gulf country is throwing $500 billion at a vision so massive, so absurdly futuristic, that it's about to flip the script on the entire Middle East. Yeah, you heard me. $500 billion. 15 megaprojects. One sultan's dream is to turn sand into something straight out of science fiction. But before we dive into Oman's billion-dollar transformation, from desert sands to sci-fi skylines, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. Because while the rest of the world is sleeping on stories like this, you won't be. Not on this channel. Let's count them down. Number 15. The Duqm Refinery and Petrochemical Complex. You arrive in Duqm, a place that, not too long ago, was little more than dust and potential. But today, it's a giant canvas of ambition, and the boldest stroke on that canvas is the Duqm Refinery and Petrochemical Complex. Picture this. A multi-billion-dollar monster of industrial firepower built not just to process 230,000 barrels of crude oil a day, but to turn Oman into a refining powerhouse capable of feeding the energy hunger of half the region. This isn't just another refinery. This is geopolitical chess. Oman's calculated move to not just be a player, but a strategist in the game of oil, gas, and downstream production. And with Duqm sitting strategically on the Arabian Sea, far from the bottlenecks of the Strait of Hormuz, Oman is sending a clear message. We don't just supply energy, we control how it's moved. But here's the kicker. This project isn't only about processing. It's about transforming the region into a full-scale petrochemical production hub. Think plastics, lubricants, industrial chemicals, the kind of outputs that power everything from packaging to pharmaceuticals. Oman isn't just exporting crude. It's exporting value-added products that bring bigger profits and stronger global partnerships. The ripple effects are enormous. New jobs, new schools, new infrastructure, and an entirely retooled local economy built around global-grade output. Number 14, Madinat Al Irfan, the city of the future. Now buckle up, because next we're heading to a city that's not even done yet, and already it's challenging Dubai's skyline dreams. Welcome to Madinat Al Irfan, a $5 billion urban symphony just outside Muscat. This isn't just a city, it's a statement. It's smart, sustainable, green, and oh so futuristic. The plan? Build the beating heart of Oman's new economy, where knowledge industries thrive, international corporations line up for real estate, and innovation isn't just encouraged, it's built into the architecture. Walking through the Irfan International District feels like stepping into a simulation of what a Middle Eastern capital should look like in 2050, except it's real. Oman is rewriting the narrative, from oil-dependent to idea-powered, and it's attracting global attention. International investment firms are eyeing Irfan as the next big growth corridor in the region. Real estate developers are circling. Conferences, expos, and tech summits are already being scheduled before the city's even finished. Oman isn't just building a city. It's crafting a magnet for global talent, regional innovation, and long-term growth. Number 13, Duqm Port and Special Economic Zone. Return to Duqm, because one project wasn't enough for this ambitious coastal frontier. The Duqm Port and Special Economic Zone is not a project. It's an empire in the making. At over 2,000 square kilometers, it's one of the largest special economic zones on Earth. Think Shenzhen, but in the desert. And with Duqm Port now capable of handling the largest cargo vessels in the world, Oman is turning itself into the logistical beating heart of the Middle East. It's not subtle, it's a flex. Oman isn't just building ports. It's redirecting the flow of global trade around its own orbit. The target? $50 billion in GDP impact. The strategy? Lure investors, char manufacturers, and out infrastructure everyone else in the Gulf. But this isn't just a port and some warehouses. It's a full-blown regulation-light, tax-incentivized, globally connected economic playground. Investors get exemptions. Infrastructure comes pre-built, and the red tape? Practically non-existent. Oman is rolling out the red carpet for anyone looking to manufacture, assemble, export, or innovate with zero bureaucratic headaches. Number 12. Ras Markaz Crude Oil Storage Terminal. Picture an underground vault the size of a small city, and you're halfway to understanding Ras Markaz. Built to store over 200 million barrels of crude oil, this mega terminal is Oman's ace in the hole against volatile markets and regional choke points. Located south of Duqm, it's purposefully positioned away from the Strait of Hormuz, giving Oman leverage and insurance, in a region where security and supply routes often feel like dice games. But this isn't just about storage. Ras Markaz is where geopolitics meets geology, where Oman quietly builds a future, where it can export oil on its own terms, at its own tempo, and through its own routes. And future plans go even further. There's talk of turning Ras Markaz into a regional hub, offering storage and re-export services to other oil-producing nations. Think of it as the Switzerland of oil storage, neutral, secure, and massively profitable. If it succeeds, Oman could quietly become one of the most influential middlemen in the global energy game. Number 11. Edie and Yenkit Tourism Development. Imagine the cliffs of Muscat meeting the luxury of Monaco. That's the vision behind the $1.3 billion Edie and Yenkit megadevelopment. Oman isn't chasing mass tourism like its neighbors. It's going boutique, eco-luxe, experience first. This sprawling seaside utopia includes resorts, marinas, villas, and wellness centers that make you forget the word dessert ever existed. It's not just about hospitality. This is a carefully crafted pivot away from oil, a recalibration toward a service economy where Oman's raw beauty becomes a premium export in itself. If you can hike it, dive it, or photograph it, Oman wants you doing an Edie. And this isn't just a playground for the rich. Oman is positioning Edie as a cultural blend. Luxury, yes, but with authenticity. Expect architecture that blends seamlessly with the cliffs, sustainability practices that rival Costa Rica, and curated experiences like Dow cruises, coral reef diving, and coastal hikes led by locals. Oman is selling a feeling, not just a location. On the business side, Edie is also a magnet for private equity and tourism giants. The joint venture with Oman Tourism Development Company, OMAN'S, and Dubai's diamond developers shows that Oman is serious about building an eco-tourism model that can be exported and scaled. This is a testbed. If Edie works, it becomes Oman's global tourism blueprint. Number 10. Sohar Industrial City Expansion. Sohar isn't flashy. It's not meant to be. But behind its unassuming facade lies the economic engine room of the North. With billions poured into expanding its industrial capacity, Sohar is where aluminum, steel, and logistics converge into a gritty symphony of productivity. It's home to the Middle East's largest aluminum smelter and one of its busiest ports. And now, it's scaling up, bigger plants, deeper ports, and a master plan to triple its GDP contribution. Sohar isn't trying to be Dubai. It's trying to be indispensable. And in the language of economic survival, that's a far more fluent strategy. It's also where Oman is laying the groundwork for industrial diversification. Battery production, solar panel assembly, and green hydrogen facilities are slowly being added to Sohar's blueprint. This isn't just about heavy industry. It's about smart, sustainable exports. Sohar is quietly becoming the Gulf's answer to Shenzhen, but with fewer headlines and a lot more long-term logic. Number 9. Salalah Free Zone Expansion. Go south and you'll find Salalah, tucked along the Arabian Sea, closer to India and Africa than most of the Gulf. That's not a coincidence. It's geography turned into strategy. The Salalah Free Zone expansion is taking Oman's most naturally blessed port city and supercharging it with manufacturing zones, logistics parks, and one very aggressive pitch to global investors. Come here and we'll connect you to 3 continents at once. The plan is bold. $26 billion in investment and 70,000 new jobs. It's like watching someone build a Dubai out of trade routes instead of skyscrapers. But Salalah isn't just about maps and money. It's about momentum. The port already ranks among the fastest growing transshipment hubs in the region. Add tax-free zones, expedited customs, and proximity to major shipping lanes, and suddenly you're looking at a free zone that could rival Jebel Ali in the UAE or even Colombo in Sri Lanka. Salalah is quietly becoming the plug-and-play logistics center every export-heavy company dreams of. And there's a green side to it too. Oman is making sustainability a key pillar of the expansion. Renewable-powered warehouses, waste-to-energy processing, and eco-compliant manufacturing are being baked into the blueprint. It's not just future-facing, it's future-proof. In Salalah, Oman is proving that you can build big without burning out the planet. Number 8, Qazvin Economic City. No, this isn't a sim game. It's real. Qazvin Economic City is Oman's newest experiment in urban industrial fusion. A city born not from population growth, but from strategy. Built northwest of Muscat, Qazvin is designed to be a hub of cold storage, logistics, food security, and manufacturing. It's got a dry port, railway connections in the works, and more warehouses than you can shake a customs document at. Oman is thinking ahead, past tourism, past oil, and straight into the guts of regional supply chains. And Qazvin, it's not pretty, but it's going to matter a lot. It's also uniquely positioned, sitting on key transport corridors and linked to Oman's internal rail strategy. Qazvin is built to be the inland connective tissue between ports like Sohar and Duqm. This turns it into more than just a logistics hub. It's a crossroads, a junction where raw materials enter and finished goods roll out faster and cheaper than ever before. And here's the wild card: food security. With climate shocks looming across the Gulf, Qazvin is doubling as a strategic reserve zone for perishable goods and agri-tech ventures. Hydroponic greenhouses, temperature control storage, and vertical farms are part of the mix. In a food insecure future, Qazvin might not just feed Oman, it could feed the region. Number 7, Oman Rail Network. It's 2025, and yes, Oman is finally laying tracks. The Oman Rail Network is the spine of its future connectivity, a 2,000 kilometers line linking ports, cities, industrial zones, and eventually crossing into the UAE. You might not think trains are exciting, but in a region dominated by trucks and tankers, a rail line is revolution. It's carbon light, trade efficient, and regionally unifying. Picture a freight train hauling steel from Sohar to Duqm in hours, not days. Now multiply that by 50. Oman isn't just building rail. It's building veins into its own economic heart. This network is also a peace project in disguise, connecting Oman to the UAE and potentially deeper into the GCC means more than economics. It's regional integration, a step towards shared infrastructure that makes conflicts more expensive and cooperation more rewarding. Steel tracks might just be the strongest diplomacy in the Gulf. And passenger travel isn't off the table. Long-term plans include high-speed routes for citizens and tourists alike, slashing travel times between cities, while reducing highway congestion and emissions. In a country where vast distances have always been a challenge, this rail network is not just logistics, it's liberation. Number 6, the Oman Across Ages Museum. Museums usually don't cost $1 billion. But then again, most museums aren't this ambitious. The Oman Across Ages Museum in Mana isn't just a building. It's a narrative, etched in stone, sound, and space. A living epic of Oman's journey from maritime sultanate to modern state, complete with interactive exhibits, underground chambers, and architecture so striking it feels like time travel. This isn't just for tourists. It's for Omanis. It's identity building at a national scale. Because in a future of rapid modernization, knowing where you came from might just be the ultimate compass. And this isn't just cultural, it's educational. The museum integrates with school curricula and university research, serving as a national classroom for everything from ancient astronomy to Islamic calligraphy to modern engineering. Oman isn't just showing off artifacts, it's passing down intellectual DNA. Beyond the exhibitions, the museum doubles as a major venue for international cultural diplomacy, hosting visiting dignitaries, conferences, and regional art showcases. It becomes not only a symbol of heritage, but a platform for Oman to quietly shape the region's cultural conversation. Number 5, Jebel Akhdar Mountain Eco Resort. Let's be real, nobody expects green mountains in Oman. But Jebel Akhdar is exactly that. A cool, fertile highland that's home to rose farms, terraced orchards, and now a $500 million eco-resort that defies every stereotype of Gulf tourism. Here, luxury means silence. Rooms are carved into cliffs, powered by solar, and cooled by altitude instead of air conditioning. This is Oman betting that its quiet, slow, thoughtful approach to development will outlast the glitz of its neighbors. And you know what? It might just win. What makes this resort stand out is how deeply it integrates with local communities. Rather than displacing villages, it partners with them. Farmers become suppliers, craftsmen become designers, and cultural traditions become the main event. You're not just staying in Oman, you're living it, and the ecological standards are no afterthought. The resort uses gray water recycling, eco-paving, and strict biodiversity zones to ensure tourism doesn't cannibalize the land it thrives on. In Jebel Akhdar, Oman is showing that sustainable luxury isn't a contradiction, it's a blueprint. Number 4, Muscat International Airport expansion. Airports are more than terminals. They're statements. And Muscat International's ongoing expansion is Oman's way of saying, we've arrived. With capacity set to reach 48 million passengers annually, this isn't just about convenience. It's about transformation. More flights mean more tourists, more business, more global attention. But this airport doesn't scream for it. It whispers. It's all minimalist architecture, Omani motifs, and world-class efficiency. You don't walk through it, you glide. And in a region full of over-the-top airport theatrics, Oman's restrained elegance stands out like a well-cut suit in a room full of glitter. But make no mistake, this expansion is aggressive. It includes dedicated terminals for low-cost carriers, new VIP lounges, and expanded cargo bays that can handle everything from fresh seafood to industrial components. It's not just people moving, it's commerce. And with air traffic control and customs tech fully digitized, Oman is stepping into the future of aviation. Biometric check-ins, seamless baggage systems, and AI traffic monitoring put this airport on par with Singapore or Doha. It's not just about arrival, it's about experience. Number 2, the Green Hydrogen Project in Dhofar. This is big. Like, civilization shifting big. The Green Hydrogen Project in Dhofar is Oman's ticket to the post-carbon global economy. Using electrolysis powered by wind and solar, it turns water into hydrogen, a fuel so clean it leaves nothing behind but water vapor. The goal is to export not just energy, but clean energy to Europe and Asia. Oman is betting on being the Saudi Arabia of hydrogen, and Dhofar, windy, sunny, and wide open, is ground zero for that ambition. This isn't just environmental policy. It's economic foresight weaponized. And Oman's not going it alone. Major players like OQ, Shell, and international hydrogen alliances are already signing on. The projected output? Enough to power millions of homes, fuel industrial plants, and run fleets of clean vehicles. The era of oil tankers may soon be replaced by hydrogen cargo ships. And Oman wants to be the port of origin. Beyond the energy itself, this project is also a tech and jobs engine. Electrolyzer manufacturing, storage infrastructure, export terminals, all require skilled labor and cutting-edge science. Dhofar is about to become not just a green powerhouse, but new capital of clean tech employment in the Gulf. Number 1, the Neom rival Al-Mam megacity. And here it is, the crown jewel, the whisper-turned roar, the headline grabber that has everyone from Riyadh to Abu Dhabi nervously checking their budgets. Al-Maha, a proposed $100+ billion megacity in the desert, backed by sovereign funds, designed to be Oman's answer to Neom. It's futuristic, it's vast, and it's unapologetically bold. The renderings alone look like a sci-fi fever dream. Floating parks, AI-powered infrastructure, autonomous transit systems, and zero-carbon footprints. Al-Maha is Oman's moonshot, a bet that can lure global talent, international capital, and regional dominance without selling its soul. It's still early. Skeptics abound. But if Al-Maha even halfway delivers, it will redefine what Oman and the Middle East can become in the 21st century. But behind the dazzle is a hard-nosed strategy. Al-Maha is planned to sit at the intersection of future rail, port, and energy corridors, giving it not just vision, but location. It's not just a place to live. It's where Oman wants you to work, build, and stay. The city isn't being built just for Omanis. it's for the world. And the global pitch is clear. Bring your startup, your lab, your film studio, your family. Oman will give you infrastructure, low taxes, lifestyle, and long-term certainty. Al Maha is more than an answer to NEOM. It's a bet that the future won't be defined by who builds tallest, but who builds smartest. So yeah, while your group chat argued about where to get brunch, Oman mapped out its future. Oman is no longer the quiet neighbor. It's not the footnote in Gulf headlines. With over $500 billion worth of projects in play, it's not just building roads and cities. It's sculpting a future where it doesn't just survive the post-oil era, but leads it. And if the rest of the world isn't watching yet, they will be, because this isn't just development. This is transformation in real time, and Oman's not asking for permission anymore. And if they pull it off, you might just find yourself Googling how to move to Muscat in a few years, because the Middle East's next powerhouse might not be the one you expected. If you're as fascinated by Oman's rise as we are, and you believe the future is built, not predicted, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned as we uncover the world one megaproject at a time. Welcome to Oman.